Good morning, students. I am Mohit Narula, your business studies teacher. Today, I have come up with one more video of chapter number 6, Social Responsibilities of Business. Social Responsibilities of Business. In this chapter rather, we are going to study the following content matter, that is, what is actually the meaning of social responsibilities of business, what are the various types of social responsibilities, different responsibilities of business towards various sections of society, and then last we are going to study in this chapter is need for social responsibility. Now this is a mind map for you. Here I have depicted the kinds of social responsibilities and responsibilities of business towards various sections of society. Now let's begin with the chapter. The first topic which we need to do is social responsibility of business concept. As the name suggests, social responsibilities means one thing you must understand, that business exists in the society. Business is not away from society. It is a society in which the business works. So, therefore, business has its moral as well as social obligations towards the society. It has to take care of the society in which it is working. It cannot ignore the goals, the aims, the aspirations of society. No doubt, the main objective of business is to earn profits. But along with profits, it has to fulfill the aspirations of society as well. So, we can say that social responsibility of business is a voluntary effort on the part of businessman to contribute towards the social well-being. If the society is healthy, if the society is developing, obviously the business will also be healthy and it also develop leap and bounds. Now next is kinds of social responsibilities. There are basically 4 kinds of social responsibilities. The first one is economic responsibility. When we talk about economic responsibility, it means the government, rather the business, is expected to produce, to make available those goods and services which are actually beneficial, which are actually needful to the society. The business should produce those goods which are in demand, and above all, those goods should be at reasonable cost. As I told you before when I was explaining you social responsibility, no doubt the main objective of business is to earn profits, but profit should also have some margin. It does not mean that if you have set up the business, you start exploiting the society, you start exploiting the customers, who is the kingpin of the market. There should be some margin of profit. Then next is legal responsibility. As the business works in the society itself, so it has to work within the legal boundaries, within the legal limits, within the legal framework which are set up by the society. The business cannot at any cost cross these limits. It should not cross these limits which are prescribed for it. Any work done outside these limits, or if these limits will be crossed, then it will be considered as unfair or illegal. So, the business has to work within the legal framework of the society which is prescribed to it. Then next is ethical responsibility. There is a very thin line of demarcation between legal responsibility and ethical responsibility. Ethics means what is right and what is wrong. Business, in order to earn higher profits, should not be indulged in any unfair practices like black marketing, hoardings, adulteration. Now sometimes what happen, suppose if any natural calamity occurs, maybe floods or earthquakes is there, then some people tends to do what they tend to do, they start storing necessary essential commodities, the basic amenities, and try to create an artificial demand for those products. When the artificial demand is created, obviously the prices of those essential commodities will soar up. And as such, their main objective behind these unfair trade practices is to earn huge profits. So this is not an ethical responsibility. As you are working in the society, you are responsible. You have the obligation towards the society. You should try to help the society in one way or the other. Rather, you should help the government also in building a developed society. Then next one is discretionary responsibility. Discretion means your own decision. Your own decision. So this is a responsibility which is undertaken at one's own discretion, at one's own decision. No one compels you to do this. Now suppose I'll give you one example. You are going on a road. You see a peel of a banana have fallen there. What you will do when you have seen that peel of banana fallen on the mid of the road? You have two alternatives. One, you will go by the side of it. You just tend to ignore it and go away from there. And second, what you can do for it? You can pick that peel of the banana and throw it in the near dustbin wherever it is. So, if you will pass from there just ignoring that banana peel, nobody is going to say you anything. Similarly, if you will pick that banana peel and throw it in the nearby dustbin, no one is going to say you again. But it's your own inner conscious, your own, you can say, intentions that compels you, that urge you, that drives you to do that particular act. So same way, discretionary responsibility, it is a voluntary effort on the part of businessman to contribute for the well-being of the society. I'll give you one more example. Suppose now this is the time of a corona pandemic. Most of the people, you can say, the celebrities, the politicians, the film stars, the sports person, they come forward to help the marginal section of the society. Now this is their voluntary effort. If they have come forward to help the marginal section of the society, it's their own decision. Hadn't they come to contribute, to give their contribution, even then nobody would have said them anything. So this is called discretionary responsibility, your own decision. If you will take any decision, no one is going to say you anything. It's your own, you can say, own voluntary effort. Then next is responsibilities of business towards various interest groups. Here there are 4 interest groups. These are consumers, employees, shareholders and government. Now when we talk about consumers, the business is expected to follow fair trade practices with them. As we have discussed above, there should not be any kind of adulteration, black marketing, corruption. Secondly, there should be truthful advertisement. Advertisement should not be misleading. Once you can befool the customer, two times you can befool it, but it will not be healthy for you, healthy for the business in the long run. The consumer will ultimately come to know about your intentions. And what will happen afterwards? You will lose your image, you will lose your goodwill in the market, and then you will be all alone in the market. So advertisement should always be truthful. It should never be misleading. The consumer can buy your product one time, two time, but not always. Then production of standardized goods. Goods should be of superior quality. It should be at reasonable cost. At the same time, it should be of superior quality. Reasonable rate or cheap rate does not mean that you have got the license to produce cheap goods. Goods should not be, the quality of goods should not be sacrificed at any cost. Next is responsibilities of business towards employees. When we are talking about employees, employees are the responsibilities of a businessman. The employees are working for the businessman. So ultimately, it is the responsibility of the businessman to take care of his employees. At the time of adversity, you cannot ignore and leave your employees all alone. Just like family is your responsibility, similarly, employees are also the responsibility of the business. First of all, the businessman should provide them safe working conditions. Safe working conditions mean there should be proper lighting, proper ventilation, and there should be a least number of chances for occupational hazards. Then next is giving full opportunities to employees to participate in decision making process. After all, employees are also the part of your organization. So they should also be given an opportunity to participate in decision making process. It will help them to feel motivated. It will give them a sense of belongingness. Sometimes an idea may not strike in the minds of the top management, but in the minds of employees that idea can be struck. So there should be given more and more opportunity to them to participate in decision making process. Next is giving medical facilities and educational allowances to the children of employees. At least the educational expenses of one child of the employee should be borne by the businessman, if not more. Then next is shareholders. As you all know that shareholders are the real owners of the company. They have invested their money in your company. They have invested your money in your business. So it is the foremost duty of the businessman to ensure their safety of investment, to give them a proper return on their investment, and above all to provide them right and accurate information about the financial statement. You cannot keep the shareholders in the dark. After all, they have invested their money in your business. So it is their right to know the truth about the financial statements of the business, how much the business is earning, whether the business is earning or suffering losses. All this information should be available to the shareholders so that they should invest their money after their judicious, you can say, after their proper utilization of resources. Then next is government. When government is concerned, the businessman should pay taxes on time. There should be no evasion of taxes. The businessman should help the government in solving social problems. They should abide with the rules and regulations as implemented by the government. So next is need for social responsibility. Need for social responsibility, is social responsibility justifiable? Is the social responsibility should be followed by the business? This we can come to know from the following points, that the business who is following social responsibility, this will definitely helps in building a good image. If the business is indulged in unfair trade practices, it may not be able to help him in the long run. So a businessman who follows social responsibility will definitely going to earn a good image or goodwill in the market that will help him to grow more earlier and more easily. Next is avoidance of government regulations. When you are doing the business within the prescribed limits, within the framework provided by the government, obviously it will help you to avoid government intervention, as the government can judge you that you are voluntarily assuming your social responsibilities. Next is better environment. It is a responsibility of the business to provide better and quality standard of living to the society. When the standard of living of the people will be better, obviously the community is also going to develop and the business will get better community to conduct their business. Next, contribution to social problems. Some of the social problems are like pollution, biasness or indiscrimination, unfair trade practices. These all are the creation of business. If the business is taking control of the pollution, taking all the following all the guidelines which are provided by the government to dealt with their waste products, to dispose of their waste product as per the government guidelines, then obviously the business is playing a very important role in keeping the social problems away from the society. So it is a moral obligation of the business to contribute towards social problems. So these are the certain topics which we are going to discuss in our online session as well. There are few more topics given in the NCERT, but children, those topics are deleted from the syllabus. So whatever the topics which are discussed in this video or which we will discuss in our online session, only these topics which you have to concentrate upon. There is no need to do another topics as they are not in the syllabus. So with this, I hope that each and every point will be clear to you. If at all, if any point is not clear to you, you please feel free to contact with me. Thank you. Have a good day.